What's up, YouTube? I thought I would make a quick video about how I list VCRs and DVD players in used condition on Amazon and eBay. I'm not really going to go through the listing process. That's pretty straightforward. But what I did want to touch on was how I help protect myself from scammers, people who will buy these items and then gut them, or bait and switch where they return the same model that is a different actual serial number. It's a different unit entirely that doesn't work. A lot of times, I shouldn't say a lot of times, but there are, there's scammers out there who will need parts from it, who will buy the item, gut the item, and then send it back to you, missing a belt or a part. And most resellers wouldn't know or recognize a missing part, even if they cracked the unit open. If you're not familiar with the insides of these things, you wouldn't necessarily notice a certain part missing. And you would just be scratching your head like, this thing worked before I sent it in. So what I do to help insulate myself from that is I try to keep it at 1.5 minutes or less, just so that it doesn't take up a lot of room. But I make a quick video showing that the unit is working. And then I just store it on my Google Drive under a folder just for that. And then once the return period for the item has expired, I just delete the old videos out. But anyway, I'm actually gonna make the video like I normally would real quick and show you what I do. It's important. You wanna show the model number. You wanna show that it's hooked up to the TV. You wanna just basically make it impossible for Amazon or eBay to say, well, that's not the actual model you sent them. Real quick, I'm gonna flip the camera around. This is the unit I'm getting ready to send out. I've got a videotape on top. The other thing that I will do, I'm not gonna do it here, it has sensitive information for the client, but I will set the packing slip, or whatever. I'll set the packing slip or order here, and I will say, this is for this order and this client on this date. Here is the unit, here is the model number, and then what I'll do is, I'll say, I'm going to test it on this television right here. You have to forgive me, my desk is a mess. I'm in the middle of listing a bunch of stuff, but, and then I'll, real quick, I'll just run over here, just right in the video. And I'll say, this is the unit, and I'll get a picture of, usually there's a tag back here that's got a model and serial number, and I will read the serial number off. Then I will take the cords and I will follow the cords all the way around to the television in one frame, one shot, showing that it is the only thing hooked up. And then I'll say, I'm just gonna go ahead and power the unit on. You can see that it turns on and that it powers the screen, turns the screen on there. And I'll put this in, and I'll give this a second to start playing. All right, and I like to wait until the video. A lot of these units will do some auto tracking and clean up, so I make sure it's playing well, and I just watch it for a minute or two, not a minute or two, a couple seconds really, and I show that it's working, and then that's pretty much what I do to help insulate myself. I haven't actually had to test this. Another thing that I'm planning to start doing is I'm going to order some security stickers off of eBay. This was actually a recommendation of a friend of mine, but they're these stickers like you see on an Xbox or whatever, that it's like a tamper-proof sticker. There's no way to remove it without damaging the sticker, so they would not be able to replace it, at least not easily. And I would probably include pictures of every one of my units, even in my Amazon listing. So I would include a picture of the bottom showing that it has the tamper-proof stickers over the screws to take the cover off of it. And hopefully that will discourage scammers right then and there. This may not always work. These are just extra steps you can take. That doesn't take a lot of time, takes 1 minute or 2 per unit. And just saves you, it'll scare off some scammers, and even if someone tries to pull a fast one on you, like a bait and switch especially, you'll be able to show Amazon the video and say, hey, here's a video, the serial number, a picture of the serial number that I sent to the customer. They sent me the wrong unit back, and it will help protect yourself. I've heard stories both ways where that does work for some people, it doesn't work for others, and I think what it boils down to is A, what representative you're dealing with, and B, how persistent you are. If you just take a, okay when they say that, they're not going to honor it and they're going to, they're going to give the customer their money back, then you're not going to win. But, just if you don't get a representative that tells you what you want to hear, hang up, call back. And do that a couple of times. It might not be worth it for a $20 or $30 unit, but if you're selling something for a couple $100, it's definitely worth your time. This practice may not be practical for someone who lists dozens of these every day, but if you're only putting up, a dozen a week maybe, totally worth your time, especially if you're talking about, over $100 in profit. I don't know that I would go through this hassle for a $30 VCR, but this particular VCR is $175 plus shipping. So that's what I do for the more expensive units. All right, I hope this video gave you a little bit of insight in how I protect myself from scammers. I hope it gives you some good tips and pointers on how you can protect yourself. If you found some value from this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you like these kind of videos. I do post them periodically. And share the video. If you got a friend that does this kind of stuff too, or a Facebook group or whatever, if you share it, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, I guess that's it. Until next time.